Hi folks, it's David Ostriker here in sunny Karmiel. I'm standing in the shade of a tree. It's Parsha Ki Tetzei. Today I woke up to some interesting news. And rarely do I speak specifically of news, but there's a lot going on. In America, it seems that the former acting director of the FBI, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, is about to be indicted for crimes that for similar crimes that he sent other people to jail for. That is to say, lying to a federal officer. This news was met with mixed reactions. Obviously, those who supported Mr. McCabe were disappointed and saw it as a political thing. Those who felt that he had misbehaved felt finally some of those that are built into the system are being judged the same way everybody else is. That is to say, the scales of justice are supposed to be evenly balanced. Justice is supposed to be blind to wealth and to poverty, to influence and to a less influential position in society. But many people feel that it's not the way it is. Scales and weights and measures are central to this week's Parsha. The Torah tells us about this week's Parsha, you shall not have in your bag weights of different sizes, diverse weights, one a little bit heavy, one a little bit light. You shall not have in your home measures that are diverse, one a little bit longer, one a little bit shorter. That is to say, the Torah doesn't only prohibit you from using false weights and measures, it actually prohibits you from having them in your possession, from owning them at all. The idea of fair balance is central to Torah. It's not the first time it's been said, it's actually a repetition. And it's described, this sin, literally sin, of having weights that are either a little bit too heavy or a little bit too light, measures too short or too long, is described as an abomination. It's a very serious sin, Torah law. Throughout history, the value of objects are determined by their size or by their weight. Science bases most of its conclusions and testing on weights and measures. When they are not accurate, it means all is false. Now, this idea in this week's Parsha comes from Rabbi Bernard Berzon, who is the father of one of my teachers, great teacher, Rabbi Azariah Berzon, and the grandfather of one of my neighbors, Rabbi Menachem Berzon. And he writes about the significance of weights and measures, a great deal. And it's central to it, and right now we're in the middle of it. We're looking at an election in Israel, balanced, right? Rambam tells us that as we move towards Rosh Hashanah, we should see the whole world balanced either way, and one sin or one mitzvah will change that balance. That means that they are equal weights and measures. And that in your own life, see it as perfectly balanced. And if you could just do one mitzvah, you'll raise that and become a tzaddik. And heaven forbid, you do one chet, one avera, one sin, you could become a rasha. It should never happen. And what do we see coming up? The month of Tishrei, Azmayim, scales. That is the symbol of the month of Tishrei, scales. Because it is on Tishrei that we are judged in the balance. It is on Tishrei that the year is laid out in front of us, and Hashem writes us in the book for what it is to be for the coming year. Health and illness, wealth and poverty, chaos and peace. And so during this month of Elul, as we approach Tishrei, we have to work very hard to examine where we are in the balance. And when we're using weights and measures, let's use the same weights and measures on ourselves that we use on our colleagues and our friends. Don't use a light weight on yourself to show that you're really up here, and a heavy weight on your friend to show that he's down here. If anything, give him the benefit of the doubt. That Hashem should give you the benefit of the doubt as we come to the month of Tishrei, the month of scales, the month of judgment. It will all go well for you, and make sure you keep only one set of weights and measures, the honest one, in your home and in your heart. David Ostriker here in Karmiel, wishing you Shabbat Shalom. Be well.